welcome back to Alex Goes Sailing. It's about 7 in the morning now and I think it's about time to leave. Joe will be heading back to Portsmouth because he's unfortunately got to go. But we've got a nice little solo trip all the way down. I think we're going to go Poole Harbour tonight because the wind's not right for Lulworth. And then the next night, it will be Lulworth, I think. That's what the wind's looking for. So that's the goal. We're going to go behind Brownsea Island and the sun is coming out as we speak. This is the weather we have at the minute. Cloud over there and clearing out. This is all blowing this way, so yeah, the sun is popping out as we speak, so hopefully it warms up a bit. And this wind is meant to drop off quite a bit, but this is quite windy, probably, I don't know, 15 gusting 20, maybe even 20 sometimes. But yeah, it's meant to die off, but you can see all the boats leaving, so that's my cue to leave, I think. We are underway. We've got a bit of wind on us, about 20 knots blowing, maybe a little more. Just got a pinched head sail out, motor's off. We're doing about 5.5 to 6 knots through the water and about almost 8 over ground. I think that's going to drop off though because the tide's switching. But yeah, no point putting any more sail out than I need to because I'm just going to put more tension on the rig. It's also quite windy, but look at that. It's an offshore wind, so the waves are pretty calm in 20 knots. And yeah, pretty nice sailing. I think I finally have this boat set up just the right amount since I got this tiller pilot. And solar panels, a lithium battery, all the rest of the gear. So she's pretty dialed in now and I'm quite happy with her.
I've longed for this place for so long. I lay me down and be long. And I breathe in the air fresh from the blessed Midwest. I am held by the forest where I go for rest, and washed by the waters of Lake Michigan. And wherever I go, I will return again to my
Right, just making it into Poole Harbour now. There's the entrance over there. And there's old Harry over there. Studland Bay, many of you know it. Not many boats in there. I think you can see one boat and a couple of dinghies. The swell's coming from down there, so no way anyone's anchoring over there. But Brownsea Island should be nice. And then tomorrow's Lulworth. It's looking like it's going to be pretty decent and the sun's out. Barely a cloud in the sky, so my solar panels are doing some work. The tiller pilot is doing all of the work, which is really nice. So yeah, he's just plucking away, doing his thing. We have to navigate the ferry as well, so that could be quite interesting, the chain ferry. I don't know if I'll put my motor in. I might just drop the outboard in but not actually use it until I need it, because I'm pretty confident it's going to start. We're just on head sail. The wind has dropped as well to 12 knots of wind, so by the time I turn up into the wind and be on a beam going in, I should have plenty of wind with just the head sail. No point putting up the mainsail for maybe, what, half an hour? So yeah, quite nice out. And then I think on the last night before we sail back on Thursday, we're going to anchor in Studland Bay as well. So that's the rough plan, but forecasts change, so no point putting too much effort into the planning. Now the plan for later is anchor up, swim, eat, possibly explore Brownsea Island. I'll either swim over, or I brought my paddleboard because I didn't want to bring my dinghy because it's quite heavy. It's like weighs as much as me, so I don't want to have that on the boat, especially for the race, because I want to keep the weight down if possible. So I brought the paddleboard, which is a bit lighter, but it does leak a little bit. But yeah, use that to explore Brownsea Island. I wonder how busy it's going to be on a Monday. Hopefully not too busy. Right, we've just got round the back of Brownsea Island, flick the outboard on, drop the sails. I need to re-wrap it because it got a bit rolled up, but I'll do that when I drop the anchor. Little dinghy on the beach over there, quite nice. What I've done is I've just checked the tides, and I've got to leave half a metre beneath my keel if I don't want to touch the bottom. So all I'm going to do is watch my depth go down, and my depth on there is to the bottom of my keel, so I just need it to say half a metre, and I know I won't hit the bottom at night, because I don't really want to ground out here. There's some weird things in the water around here. Well, that pier is a bit dilapidated, and last time I anchored here, you can see some lumpy rocks and things like that, so yeah, don't want to be grounding out at all. So half a metre at least, but yeah, just behind here, because the wind's coming from there, so it'll be nice and protected around the corner. So yeah, and then we can get onto the beach quite easily from there. So yeah, lovely. And it's what, 12 o'clock, and what, I left just after 7:30, 8 o'clock, something like that, so we made some good time today. Right, we're all anchored up, got a nice spot, just getting a break from the wind, kind of. It's coming dead ahead of us now, so the waves aren't too bad, and yeah, very nice. Sun has started to set, and I've got the paddleboard out. I've got this pump here, which is run straight to my battery down there, just because it uses so much power. It's just easier to hook it straight to the battery, the line. And I have the paddleboard because I don't have the dinghy, because it's quite heavy for the race. So yeah, we're going to pump this up and see how quickly it does it, because it's only a paddleboard, so it can't possibly take that long. Right, just made it to land. Paddleboard made it. A little bit soft, but we got it to pump up to a decent pressure. And I did bring the pump with me just so I can pump it back up. But America's looking pretty good over there. And the sunset, so we're gonna go explore. Little bit of a hike up the hill, but we're up there. Look at that. America is just over there, if you can see. And yeah, sunset. Some guy blaring his music in the Anchorage, but that's typical. And loads of birds around too. And the wind has completely disappeared. but it should start filling in from somewhere over there again, so I'm going to be protected. These ones aren't so much. So this place is called Pottery Pier, the broken one, with the annoying birds too. But people use the pottery to write things. Some weird spiral thing over here. Must have taken a little bit of time. Over there you can see the ruins with the proper brickwork and everything. I assume that is the factory that made all of this, well, pottery that's now all over the beach. It pretty much is the beach. You can barely see any normal stones, but yeah. The sun is setting behind me. Look at that. Absolutely lovely. Dead flat. Beautiful. But it's time to eat because it's like 9 o'clock. But still undecided. I think it's still fajitas. I think I still want fajitas because I've still got curry, spaghetti bolognese, burgers, and some other stuff. Maybe a carbonara in there too. I think I've got. Yeah. So I think fajitas tonight because we've got lettuce and that probably needs using up. So yeah, fajitas it is. Right, with the sun setting out there, we come inside. And got my chicken, got peppers, got all my bits and bobs for the fajitas. So I'm gonna click the hob on, cook the chicken, get it all going well. We've got lettuce and cheese to go in the fajitas as well. But yeah, let's get cracking. And bravo, look at that. Right, time to finish up these fajitas, but that's it for this episode, and I will see you in the next one, where I'm heading over to Lulworth Cove, which should be quite exciting.
Or that thing that you did, and I'm not the shadow of anyone you've been. All I am is a friend, your friend to the end. All I am is a friend, your friend to the end. All I am is a friend, your friend.